Okay, Gemini. Here's your love, sex, and romance reading for the end of November and into December. If there's any announcements, I'll include them at the end. I do have a live night coming up, so the details will be there. Okay, here we go. Getting into these readings. The energy is quite heavy for mishaps. So I don't think that'll change in this reading. We could go left or we could go right, but there is decisions that need to be made in each one of these zodiac signs, and those decisions will be lifelong, lock-in, long-term decisions. So here we go. See what Gemini carries. Hopefully we'll flip an energy here because I'm just having a hard time going through the last few. Okay, first card, Justice card. This is good. Considering, right, what we've gone through. Justice is in the air, the balance. It's all about the balance. The yin and yang has to be in perfect fit. This is what it is about. Now, we could be in this energy or seeking this energy. We could be highly out of balance and looking for balance and justice in our life as it sits. Next card. Sorry, I drank some milk. The Sun card. Yippee. Okay, here we go. The Sun is facing the Justice. So the sense here is we have justice shining upon us to create new energy here. We are looking justice in the eye is the sense that I get. And because we are looking and thinking and taking all that needs to be looked at in the proper manner, because we are doing this, the Sun is shining upon us. Okay, this is good. Whew. There's some heavy energies, man. People are just not getting it. Lessons are coming, and we got looping energies, and people just getting cracked down by the universal energies, not getting it. So the Gemini is not one of these from the cards so far. The next one here, we have the Five of Coins. Okay. This card has been coming out a bit. The Five of Coins is an energy of feeling left out of things. We may be, okay, yeah, they're going, it's not that we are in the sunshine all the time. We are trying to get into the sun. We are moving into the sun. We are making decisions wisely. But our universe is fraught with people around us that make us feel uncomfortable. And this is what they long to do because we are in dark energy. We have been in dark energy. We're working our way out. The sense is that we're going to make people accountable for what they've done to us up to this point. And then once we've done that, we've made a certain attunement to those people, then we are going to move into that sun energy. And by the way, it's right down the center. So this is something that cannot be carried away. The sun is shining on us, and that is highly ingrained. We are going in the right way. So this is good. Good stuff. Okay. On top of the Justice in the romance side, what do we get here? Seven of Swords. So we may have had a betrayal in the love side. Again, I'm not laughing at, I'm just laughing at the situations here. It's like everybody's gone through it, or working out of it. Seven here, we got someone sitting there very pissy. I feel like that's the Gemini at this point. I feel like the Geminis figured everything out. They figured out clearly who's the enemy and who's working with me, who's not. And if you notice that table's empty, it's just them sitting by themselves. And that is that energy of the Five of Coins. We've realized that we don't have anybody on our side. Nobody's on our side. We're going it alone. And this is the choice that we're making. This is really universally aspected in order for us to get in the right frame of mind, to see more clearly. We had people in our field either kissing our ass, this kind of thing, trying to get brownie points from us, which they did until now. Till we've seen the core reasons why, and these are starting to pop to the surface, rise to the surface. like air going through water. It has to come to the surface. This is what's happening. The Gemini needed to see in their surroundings who was and wasn't for their highest good. And this is now what is going on. And we're just not too happy about people that we thought were in our corner are no longer. Like, we're really seeing evidence. These people really are not here to help me. They're here to take me down. And it is not making us happy, right? Who would want to hear that? So on the sun energy, so if we expand on that in the romance area, what do we get? 14, the temperance. We got to be careful in this area. This is where we got to tippy toe. They said we got to tippy toe. Keep our, I don't know if it's a need to keep quiet about our plans or a need to kind of pussyfoot around things. I don't know. But there's something here about being a little bit on the down low with an energy in order to get away from. In order to get our sun, we need to kind of lightly tread in certain areas. This is going on here. Now, on top of the 5 of coins, again, that feeling of feeling left out. Why? Because everybody, we're realizing and seeing evidence of everybody not being on our side, and this is coming off quite harsh. On the 5 of coins, we have the 9 of canes. In the romance deck, this is about love that is kept undercover. Now, this is about a secretive interlude. In this card, we have a little girl. I don't know if you can see that. We have a little girl in the background. It could be, we could be single parents and trying to keep our love life on the down low, or we're just with someone or admiring or canoodling with someone on the down low here. It's interesting because I get a feeling of being alone, and then I get a feeling of being together, but yet I don't know if that's in reality. We may be pining for a direction, but I'll keep going here. We'll get into the Casanova deck and see what it has to say. Okay, back at the Justice. The justice is that we're seeing clearly now who is and isn't in our side of the court, and it is pissing us off. On the love side, what do we get here? The Hierophant, yeah, which speaks to spiritual guidance, counsel, and also to rituals. Yeah, we may have been spiritually alerted. That's what they said. We were alerted of this intuitively, and we went in that direction and found out things to be true. We didn't want them to be true, but this is what we needed to see in order to live our life freely and clearly in happiness. We needed to see this free and clear in all its nastiness, right? There's a lot of stuff being uncovered in all areas here, and the Gemini is no exception. They're getting their world flipped upside down in order to see what they're living in so that they can go to their highest good, which was not where they were sitting. And this is the realization. Okay. The Sun card, right? The Sun and the Temperance. In here, we have someone kind of looking at someone else condescendingly. This may be a partner. A lightly treaded if we're lightly dating, or if we're in cahoots here, meaning marriage or engagement or a serious relationship for long term. There's a sense of looking at this partner and going, wait a minute, this partner's not for my highest good either. And this partner is really distracted by all that is going on. And the sense is that I see you, I see what you're doing. And this partner may not understand that Gemini is understanding where they're coming from. And this in itself is very revealing, okay? So on top of that, what does Casanova have to say? The Ace of Wands, a beginning point. So in this clarity, right, we have a new beginning. And the sense here is it may either come to an end here, or there's going to be an unveiling or an unreeling of all of this stuff that we've discovered, and we're going to lay it on the table, and things are going to change no matter. Whether it's we leave the situation or the other person has to change or situations have to change. There's a demand here that A choice needs to be made in this direction. This is about beginnings. And I feel like there's a bit of an analysis here that needs to pass through. But no less, that's what it is. So we have some inner guidance, a beginning point. What do we have on the Five of Coins? This is, again, I couldn't decipher whether this is in reality or in our dream. On top of that, we get the Nine of Swords. Okay. This is complex, and it may not be good to hear for those that are cross-watching. The Five of Coins is about feeling left out. We may have had a situation here where justice come upon us to reveal someone's dirty deeds to us, and in the revealing of this, it may have been a partner that we were putting our faith in that we are no longer. Now, because of this, now somebody here was seeing somebody else on the down low, but not so down low, meaning we may have had a love scenario where things were falling apart, but we were still together. We were still known to be a couple, but one went off. And because of this, you know, it may have been Gemini's partner, or it may have been Gemini themselves. But one person went off and found something on the down low. Could have been the partner. They went off and found something on the down low. Now, the thing is, there's a disappointment here and a sense of being left out, because this is a third-party situation. There should be two, right? When this Consolation card comes in to the picture, go with the story, they said. So what it is here is, this is Casanova working on the maid. Now, the maid has always been loyal to Casanova. She has always cared for him, and let it be known that she's open-hearted with him. I love you and care. And what happened here is that Casanova got out of a relationship and suddenly jumped in this direction because he knew this was an area that would be open for him. He knew he could take advantage here, and it would be a guaranteed win. This has happened here. Keep that in mind as we go forward, okay? Now we're going to get back into the spiritual side of things and see what we have to say here on the spiritual council. We'll go into the infinity, spirituality, geometry cards. Oh man, the germ of life is just in there. It's just in there. Beginning, creation. It's all about creating new relationships. New relationships. And for this person, it's about creating the happiness. We are here and we are not happy with what we've got, so we need to create something that makes us happy and go in the way that makes us happy. We may need counsel in order to find out what that is, but that's the direction that they want you to go. Next card, the beginning points. The sun is shining upon us, don't forget that. We are apprehensive. People around us are acting suspicious. We are being suspicious, and we are discovering that there's truths here that we did not know before, but it is justified that we know this so we can create new beginnings. What do we get on top of there? Octahedron, integration, and air. What did I say earlier? We're talking about either things got to change from here. For the Gemini, it's going to change and integrate no matter, whether it's with this partner or a new one. There's going to be heavy change. And air is about our thoughts and how we deal with things. How we think of the relationship is changing. We are in the midst of integration, or midst of change. And when we get on the other side and we decide what we want, we will be in the midst of integrating that into our life forward, whether it's demanding new things from the current partner, or going in a direction where we have someone here in our way. I say in the way because I feel like the Gemini may not have made up their mind as to where to put this other partner. It's a consolation prize, so it's like, I didn't go over here, but I know I can get this. I know I can get this. Gotta be careful with that. Okay. On top of that energy, we get the Eye of Ra, shield from evil forces in the feminine. Oh, man, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of energy there. We may have a lot of feminines around us and not necessarily lovers that are not wanting our greatest, highest good for things that we may have done in the past now, or the way we have treated them, or maybe they're just being petty. But the bottom line is that we have some forces here on the feminine. Again, feminine energy, when we are feeling the wrath of that will be passive aggressive energy. Energy you don't quite know who it comes from, but it'll be stirred up in the direction to, in anger you or whatever. It will not be a direct confrontation. It will be backdoor stuff all the way. This is going on. Now, if we've got someone sneaking out with someone else, this it could very easily pop up, right? Though I do feel like someone is kind of in illusion. It is not the Gemini at this point that I feel. I feel like it's the past Gemini's partner. The one that's either got to step up or step off. I feel like that person is in illusion of what the Gemini truly wants. And it may be because the Gemini has not stepped up yet to really lay that in stone for them. But this is what I'm getting. Now, we're feeling left out, and it may be from a direct feminine here. Is this why we left the relationship? Again, there's no excuses to cheating per se. You don't like what you're getting, you break it off and you go in a different direction. But this is the scenario I'm getting, or were we not appreciated in the relationship and then took off? Somebody here did that. Could be. Okay. Infinity cards on the love side. When we get into the justice and trying to right our wrongs, meaning all the wrongs that are going at this time that are bubbling to the surface, we're trying to find our happy within that, or get away from those that are not on our corner. Spiritual advice is guiding us here quite highly. We may even be going outward for counsel, to get a roadmap for this. The creator, the energy of the creator is really, you can create, universe telling the Gemini, you can create anything you want here. All you have to do is take action and go in that way. On top of that, we get the code. The code is about, what was the saying? What's done in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's about keeping secrets. That's about hiding things. Now, I feel like the Gemini is hiding things from their current partner or past partner. Whatever they're trying to disengage from, they're really keeping things in. There just may be a lot of secrecy on all ends here in that direction. Now, as we get into the middle energy of talking about integration and change, new beginnings, seeing everybody in our sphere for what they're worth, and that creating sun, even though it is harsh to take and it is, like jolting, it is still for our highest good that we realize this. We don't want to be walking down with no support around us. This is what the universe is wanting you to do. They want people to want you to realize those people that are there and supportive, and those that are not. And this is what we're highly being attuned to. Now, the love card that comes out there is the separation. Interesting. Integration and separation. So we are separating from those that are of no good to us. We're separating from the evil forces, if you will, of the feminine. There's a separation happening. And due to this is a lot of what is on the not saying a word. I don't know. This is a fine line of deviousness here. Be careful if we're using this in vengeance. Okay? That's all I'll say. Now, as we move on to the Eye of Ra here, the Five of Coins being left out. Some kind of a situation here. Again, I do not know if this is reality or dreamland or what. If it is not reality, it is someone we feel we have in our back pocket. Okay? Someone that we know we can go to and we're going to get a guaranteed response there. Shield from evil forces. Be careful. Is this person going to turn on us? This is, it's all, everything's a double-edged sword now. I don't know if this is just before the new year. When that number flips on January 1st, I'll tell you I'll be having a drink. Because this is, all this change, even though it is for our highest good, it is unclicking us from the bad and going to click us into the good if we're on that side. It is still hard, kind of hard to take. It's like 2020 was that boom when we hit the floor. And then 2021 is that little bounce, that little cushy bounce after you hit. We're still going in the right way, but man, it doesn't hurt as hard, but it's just not fun until we close out. So, speaking of closing out, the Infinity card. What the... Shock. Okay, so this tells me we're not prepared for what we're going to get in this direction. Now, Geminis, warning, warning. Be careful of the direction that you head off to, thinking that you've got everything figured out. Because there is shock to come from here. Now, I was getting that earlier. It's like, are we going to go to a direction here where we actually have someone who is not on our side again, but we think they're on our side, or it's a consolation prize, but they don't have our best interest at heart? This is what I'm getting. Man, I'm wheezing through this. I wasn't wheezing earlier. This is what I'm getting. So be careful of somebody running away from one relationship into another, into the soft arms of another, when this could be something that is not for our greatest good again, and shock the hell out of us. Okay. An animal card, man, there's twists and turns all along. It's like, oh good, justice, oh good, the sun, oh good, we're feeling alone. That's okay, because when you evolve, you got to feel a little bit alone. You can't always be ingrained here. And, when you're filtering through an ascension process, there's a lot of things that got to go. A lot of things were an illusion that were really good. So I'm like, oh, yay. And then at the end, it's like we get a shock again because we're not, I don't know, maybe not paying attention. It's kind of like my Tower card. What the F, right? There's a separation of something. These dark energies, we're separating from them so we're seeing more clearly. That is the highlight here. That is the sun. That is the universe saying, yes, we are doing this right. We need to separate from these people. We need to see more clearly. We're seeing clearly, but it's almost like a disbelief. Like, no, can't be. I'll go back. This kind of thing. And, yeah. It's like, no. We need to keep our plans, our future plans. This is what they're saying. So I don't know if this is a Gemini's point of view or the universe. A little bit of both. The Gemini is going, I'm keeping my plans on the down low, because if I tell these people, they're going to trick me into not going in the direction that I want to go, and I want to go this way. Universe is going, yes, isolate yourself from this so that we can figure out truly what it is in our heart, our soul, our mind, our body, everything, where we want to go. And then we shall go in that way and not let anything stop us. Nobody can trick us because we know where we want to go and we know why we want to go there because we've done our research. Now, where it goes foul is trying to gain some kind of love here on the other end. Now, are we feeling alone and then through someone in the mix as a consolation prize, and that person is not on our side, and we're shocked to find that out as well? Because I feel like the separation here is highly integrated with the dark side of all these people around us that are in dark energy. We're trying to remove from that, and we go run for cover, and what do you know, we bump into another one. Why? Because we may not have spent enough time in separation to figure it out. So the shock ensues. Okay, animal card. Hopefully this, straightens somebody out here, or at least helps them see clearly. The snake talking about creation, and again, what is he wrapped around? The heart. 4 and 3, I remember giving this speech, and I distinctly remember it was a Capricorn or Sagittarius. These two are very closely intermingled. The snake here is wrapped around a heart, which is wrapped around a tree with roots that are trying to make their way into the soil. We have no heart roots here. We are trying to plant roots and getting effed up all along the way. Why? Because we are not taking the time to look at ourselves. We are not taking the separation time, integrating the frequencies properly. But the sun is here shining on you and illuminating you to what you need to know. So you will figure it out, is the sense they're giving me, as long as we stay on this road and quit going off track. The secret's not the most... Being secretive is not the best policy to go forward in ascension. Because really, if there's secrets here that are to be had, it's really just all going to come to the surface anyway, so why be secretive? Just be upfront. It's what they're saying. Now the shock here, again, not realizing our instinct or not using our instinct, utilizing whatever. So again, I gave a big speech about the snake and wrapping itself around, and there's one that's made out of like gold, and one that's an actual snake moving around here, and it kind of doesn't know the territory, right? And it's interesting to me that even though these roots are not rooted in the earth, they're still coming up with the trees on the top. There's a sense here of being in light and, you know, the fresh air. I think my quote in that video where I last used this card was, "Our heart needs fresh air." I think this is what we're searching for, and we got shocked here because we picked a direction where, again, we picked a wrong outlet here for positive way forward. No, we got trapped into something here, and it may be because we were not honest with ourselves, right? We did not want to see our own truths. They're going, that code could go against ourselves, keeping things so boxed in that we don't want to see exactly what we're made of, what we're going through, in order to see the road clearly. There's enough truths going on here to set us loose, but again, our heart needs some TLC for sure. WTF, TLC, and codes are highly applicable here. Anyway, 4 and 3 is 7. 7 is a lucky strike, and that is right down the center of your reading, and I'm hoping that that energy passes through and it spreads to everything. These are side energies that can be kind of weaved in and out. We weaved into an area here, it didn't pay off, so we just get back up, get to our center, take time to discern things again, integrate what we've learned from our past, and we may have to be more upfront about how we go forward. We may have to speak of exactly what we want in order to gain that again, or are we even in a mode where we are properly looking at what it is we want? Because when you know, okay, I want a purple monkey with red bracelets. If I go in the store, I am not going to accept anything but a purple monkey with red bracelets. You know what I mean? I'm being goofy. But the thing is, if we know what we want, we won't settle until we get it. But if we don't know what we want, we can be tricked by all sorts of things like this, and like that, and like this. Things that are not of a long-term nature. So they want you to keep that in mind. We're highly on the road. You know, the sun is shining. Again, the universe is smiling down on us because we are evolving slowly. We're looking for our breath of fresh air in the heart direction, and hopefully we'll get it. Okay, Gemini. That's your reading. Oh, I thought we were free and clear when I saw the sun and the justice. I'm like, yay. Speaking of fresh air, but man, just the trickery is not going to elude any. Like, it's in there. People are getting tricked at this time in love directions. So you're best to be prepared for that. so that you, I don't know, you don't want to be overcompensating for that, but at the same time, we can't be naive, especially in the ways of love, because we're going to be in lockdown here. And I say that and I go, you can't say that. And they're like, yes, we can, because this is where we're headed. We are making life changing decisions for a long term here. So if you're thinking, just for the fun of it, no, you'll get stuck with that for the rest of the remainder of the time that you have here on Earth. This is where we're going. We have to make decisions based on longevity. That will help you. Okay, whoops. Cat's toy. Anyway, take care, have fun, and be kind. We will talk to you soon. Now, announcements. The 22nd, Monday. Monday, the 22nd of November, I will be doing a live night. I will be coming in for live readings and healings for free for those that show up within that hour. If you come in late, if you come in early, you're guaranteed a reading and a healing. If you come in late, I can't guarantee. I got to start cutting it down to one hour, 1.5 max, because I'm just I'm overtaxing things and I want to really tighten the belt here. So if you want a free reading or healing, come in on the 22nd. We'll see what we can do. Take care, guys, and we'll see you next month.